Vietnamese beef jerky, or bò kho, is a remarkable example of how traditional food preservation techniques can produce something both deeply flavorful and nutritionally powerful. For centuries, it has served as a compact, long-lasting source of protein for travelers, farmers, and soldiers who needed portable energy without refrigeration. Today, this ancient snack has evolved into a modern, high-protein food that fits effortlessly into active lifestyles, a shelf-stable, lean, and iron-rich option that delivers concentrated nutrition in every bite. Unlike many processed snacks that depend on additives, Vietnamese beef jerky maintains its simplicity and authenticity through careful seasoning, natural drying, and mindful preparation. Nutritionally, beef jerky represents one of the densest sources of natural protein available. Because the drying process removes water while retaining muscle proteins, even a small portion offers a concentrated dose of essential amino acids crucial for tissue repair, immune support, and energy maintenance. Lean beef also provides heme iron, the most bioavailable form of iron, which helps transport oxygen in the blood and prevents fatigue or anemia. Additionally, beef contains zinc, selenium, and vitamin B12, nutrients that support metabolic health, hormonal balance, and cognitive function. When prepared with lean cuts like round, flank, or sirloin, the jerky remains low in fat and calories, while the high protein content promotes satiety and stable energy levels. This makes Vietnamese-style jerky a particularly smart snack for travelers, athletes, or anyone needing steady nourishment throughout the day without depending on refrigeration or processed protein bars. The traditional preparation process relies on simplicity and patience. The foundation is always quality meat, lean, trimmed beef sliced thinly across the grain to maintain tenderness after drying. The seasoning blend varies by region, but it typically includes fish sauce, garlic, black pepper, chili flakes, and sometimes a hint of lemongrass or five-spice powder. A touch of sugar is often used to balance the saltiness and help with caramelization during drying, but for a healthier modern version, it's best to reduce or eliminate added sugar. Instead, natural sweetness can come from a small amount of grated apple, pear, or a splash of rice wine, which enhances the flavor without spiking calories. Salt should also be kept moderate. While sodium acts as a preservative, too much can lead to excessive thirst or elevate blood pressure. Balancing flavor with restraint ensures a clean, savory result that aligns with both traditional taste and modern nutrition goals. Once marinated, the beef should rest for several hours or overnight to absorb the flavors. The next step is drying, which transforms the marinated slices into chewy, aromatic jerky that can last for weeks. Traditionally, drying was done in the sun or over gentle charcoal heat, but the same effect can be achieved in an oven set to low temperature, around 70 to 80 degrees Celsius, 160 to 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Arrange the slices on a rack to allow air circulation and bake for several hours until the texture becomes firm but pliable. This slow drying preserves nutrients while minimizing the risk of overcooking. For an even cleaner approach, a dehydrator can be used, which eliminates the need for added oil and ensures consistent texture. The result should be lean, slightly chewy strips that deliver pure flavor and natural protein. Once cooled, the jerky can be stored in airtight containers or vacuum-sealed bags for weeks at room temperature, or longer if refrigerated. Because the water activity is low, it's resistant to spoilage, making it one of the most practical protein sources for travel, hiking, or emergency food kits. For daily use, slicing the jerky into thin pieces before storage helps with portion control and reduces the temptation to overconsume, which can happen with concentrated foods. Each small portion, about 25 to 30 grams, provides roughly 10 grams of high-quality protein with minimal fat. The beauty of Vietnamese beef jerky lies in its versatility. It can be enjoyed plain as a savory snack, paired with tea or coffee, or incorporated into light meals. In Vietnamese cuisine, it's often served with green papaya salad, where the sweetness of the fruit balances the salty chew of the beef, or sprinkled over rice porridge and noodle bowls for texture and flavor contrast. For international eaters, it pairs wonderfully with whole grain crackers, sliced vegetables, or nuts for a balanced protein boost. It also works well as a travel companion, easy to carry, non-perishable, and free from artificial preservatives when made at home. Preparing your own version of bò kho gives full control over its nutritional profile and flavor intensity. Unlike many commercial jerky products that contain high sodium, sugar, and nitrites, homemade jerky can be entirely natural. By choosing lean beef, trimming visible fat, and relying on gentle seasoning rather than heavy sauces, you can create a cleaner, lighter version that still delivers authentic Vietnamese character. Adding aromatics like lemongrass, chili, or lime zest provides depth without unnecessary calories or sodium. The use of black pepper and garlic brings antimicrobial benefits while enhancing the savory umami notes. For those who prefer a slightly tender texture, marinating the beef in a little pineapple juice or vinegar can help naturally break down fibers without chemical tenderizers. In terms of storage and portability, Vietnamese beef jerky is one of the most efficient foods you can keep on hand. It requires no refrigeration, packs densely for travel, and can serve as an emergency protein source when access to fresh food is limited. For long-distance trips or outdoor activities, vacuum-sealed packs of jerky provide sustainable energy without mess or waste. The minimal moisture content means it's lightweight yet nutrient-heavy, ideal for athletes, hikers, or anyone maintaining an active lifestyle. Beyond convenience, Boco also represents a deeper philosophy about food and sustainability. The process of transforming simple lean beef into a durable, concentrated protein reflects respect for resources, maximizing shelf life, minimizing waste, and preserving nourishment through skill and patience. In a modern context, it reminds us that shelf-stable food can be clean and authentic, not dependent on synthetic ingredients or industrial processing. Each strip of jerky holds not only protein and minerals, but also the essence of careful preparation, restraint, and the timeless Vietnamese ability to make simplicity elegant. When made at home with balanced seasoning and mindful drying, Vietnamese beef jerky becomes far more than just a snack. It becomes a reliable, long-lasting form of natural nutrition, a bridge between old-world craftsmanship and contemporary health awareness. With its rich umami depth, satisfying chew, and nourishing density, it proves that healthy, portable protein can be both deeply traditional and perfectly modern, sustaining body and spirit wherever life takes you.